Let's talk about the draft right now. A lot of people are interested in it. A lot of people say that the draft is upcoming. And a lot of people say that the generation to be drafted is physically unfit to be drafted, or something's wrong with them. They can't be drafted, things like that right there. What you need to understand is I hear a lot of people say, well, I smoke marijuana or I do this. They can't draft me because I can't pass the drug test. What they'll do is they'll put you somewhere for a month, 2 months, whatever, until you're able to pass your drug test, your physical fitness test, all this and that, if they draft you. Now, I would be expecting something like a major event happen here in the United States to garner patriotism, to focus us on one enemy, just like what happened over in Israel. You got to remember, they were rioting and protesting over there due to the judicial system, right? Well, then all of a sudden Hamas attacks them, and now they're all focused on Hamas. Everybody's patriotic. They're ready to go to war. They want to fight. They want to take out the enemy, right? Now the government's not the enemy. It's these people over here is your enemy. And that's what I expect to happen here in the United States. You know, all the recruitment in the military is at an all-time low. They need an event like 9/11 or something to happen again, unfortunately, for patriotism to come back. You know, as far as people saying, well, I want to go fight these people, right? Now, the draft, nobody's safe. That's something I want to make very clear. It doesn't matter. You got to look at Ukraine. All the way up to 65 years old, right, can still be drafted. Women can be drafted in Ukraine. That would happen here if a major war broke out and they couldn't fill their quotas that they need for the military. And you need to understand that it doesn't matter. Not everybody that gets drafted is going to go fight on the front lines. They still need people in the rear with the gear, right? I mean, a lot of people think, well, I can't get drafted because I'm this or I'm that. I've got this medical issue. No, they'll still draft you. They'll just find something for you to do once they start the draft up. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean everybody they draft is going to go to the front lines and tote guns, right? They still got to have people in the back moving the equipment. They got to have people here in the United States building the equipment. There's all kinds of stuff, right? Do I expect the United States to start a draft? You got to remember, a while ago, the Selective Service issued a tweet about the draft. And people seen it and they got all upset, right? And then they forgot about it. If you've noticed anything, the government will kind of tell you what they're going to do, and then a month, couple months later, a year, couple years later, they do it, right? And then you're sitting there scratching your head like, I think I heard about this before it happened. Yes, you did. The Selective Service issued a tweet. You know, I made a video about it, and I'll post it down here in the comments or in the description, and you can go see what it said. But no, you're not safe from a draft. Doesn't matter what your age is. Maybe if you're over 65, 70 years old, you're safe from the draft. But anybody from 18 to 65, technically, it's draftable. You just got to look at Ukraine, right? I know it's up to 25 right now, but they would change that in wartime. You know, it doesn't matter what you have wrong with you. They will find something for you to do, right? They might tell you got to go work at this plant over here pumping out ammunition, or you need to go work here, right? We haven't seen anything like this since World War II. Now, Vietnam, we had draft and things like that. But as far as patriotism and everybody wanting to go to war, you had people that wasn't physically able to pass the physicals and stuff. They still tried to enlist, right? I always tell you, remember your history. History repeats itself. It does. No matter whether you believe it or not, history repeats itself. Could you be drafted? Yes. Now, the thing is, what are you going to do if you're drafted? Do I think you should go over and fight Russia? Should you go fight in Ukraine? Should you go fight in Israel? No. You should. If something happens here in the United States and we had enemies coming in and we were under attack, yes, you should fight. But these wars over here in these other places, we need to stay out of other people's business. Plain and simple. We got our nose in too much business, and we are the world's police force, and we need to quit that. If you can send all this money to damn countries, you know, that are fighting these wars, why can you not spend that money here in America and help Americans first? Help Americans first. It's not our job to go over here and defend every other country that has that has something going on, right? It's not. It is not our problem, but yet we make it our problem. Why? Military complex makes money off this stuff. Plain and simple. They should spend that money here in the United States. These billions of dollars they're sending to these countries, Ukraine and Israel, they should spend that money here in the United States. Take care of the citizens here first. Take care of your own first before worrying about going out here taking care of other countries' problems. We have so much crap going on here in the United States, and they will not focus on it. They won't even let you focus on it. They want to keep your head spinning. Where are we going to go to war? What are we going to do here? Nuclear bombs coming or whatever, right? Mass shooters. They just keep your head spinning with stuff. So you don't sit down and say, hey, this is the issue here. The other night I was at a football game, and these fans, I watched the boy tackle this other boy, and when he was tackling him, he stripped the ball out and took off running, right? Well, the referee stopped the play and said he didn't strip it. Now, he clearly took the ball before the boy hit the ground. The coach from the other team started arguing the call with the referee. He wasn't cussing, he wasn't yelling, he was just arguing the call, explaining what happened. That referee threw him out of the game. We have become a society now where you cannot disagree with the people in power, right? You're in trouble if you do, right? You can't have your own opinions about stuff. And the people in the stands were screaming and yelling, saying, hey, he didn't do it. He didn't strip the ball, you know, this and that. And I'm sitting there thinking, why don't y'all get this fired up over the economy, over the things going on in the United States? You're going to sit here and yell, you know, these little junior high football team, you're going to yell at the referees like you're just going to do something about it. But yet when it comes to the economy and stuff, you don't do nothing about it. You don't say nothing about it, right? You need to focus. You want to gripe and complain about a football game, but yet you won't gripe and complain about the economy. That's where we're at in society right now, guys. That's where we're at. And there's no way to fix it. We're witnessing the downfall of America right now. Nobody who wins the election is going to fix this. It's not going to turn around. We're doomed, guys. I'm just telling you, we're doomed. We are a fallen country, and we're going to completely crash out here. Who knows where it's going to come back once everything comes back, right? Are we going to be the global power? I don't know. To be 100% honest, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on this. Guys, keep your head on the swivel. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. Protect yourself and family at all times. At that moment, you're the only person that can do it. Stay safe. Keep prepping. I'm sorry the audio might be a little bad. I'm a little scratchy and stuffy today in my throat. You might be able to hear it. But guys, stay safe and keep prepping.